There's passion. There's performance. Then there's F-Sport. The F-Sport event is happening now at Lexus, where you'll earn extraordinary offers on an arsenal of performance-inspired features and packages, all designed to elevate your driving experience. Feel the power of F-Sport.
Lease a 2018 Lexus RX 350 F-Sport for as low as 1.9% APR with F-Sport credits of up to $2,000. Visit your local Lexus dealer for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, hello and welcome back to the Divas That Care Network. My name is Candace Gish and I'm the host of this program. Well, I'm so excited that you've each tuned in today. For all of you new ladies that have tuned in, thank you so much. We have an amazing show that's going to be coming to you today. I'm excited for all of our past divas. I know some of you might know our guest that's going to be coming on. We're going to be welcoming back a diva of ours that was on a show. So I hope that you're able to go check her other show out later on, because all of our shows of the Divas Care are recorded for your convenience. So I'm going to get this thing started off here because I know we have a lot to talk about today. So I'm going to be welcoming back our diva, Caroline Shearer. Caroline, welcome back to the show. I'm really excited about today's show because you've got lots to tell us in a short period of time.
And I am so happy to be here. I had the best time when we were on the show last time. I really enjoyed it. I think I smiled for like an hour afterwards. So I'm looking forward to today also. It's great to be here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And as I said, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. And you've got some amazing stuff that's happening. But before we start with that, I just want you to spend a couple of minutes telling us a little bit about yourself, because this is going to be great for any of the new listeners that are just tuning in for the first time today.
Sure. Well, I founded a publishing company called Absolute Love Publishing, and we have a mission of creating and publishing projects that promote goodness in the world. And so it was a passion of mine as I was starting my writing career. I discovered that I wanted to use my words for good. I saw both sides of the coin, and as I grew through my experience with that, I really wanted to see how I could use that in a better way. And from there, the publishing company was born, Absolute Love Publishing. So all of our books have some sort of a positive message, and our nonfiction books, we hope that we're able to influence people's lives in a positive way and that they can walk away with some actionable tips to improve their lives and be happy. That's one of the big goals here, is to be happy. And so we've published some dozens of books now, and we're about to launch a new book magazine hybrid, which is really exciting because I've been wanting to branch out from just books into other areas of media also. So it's really exciting. We now have adult books and young adult and middle grade, and we'll have our first children's book soon. So it's a really exciting time, and I love working with all the fantastic people. It's a really positive experience for everyone. So it's just wonderful.
Oh, I love it. And now you can understand why we love her at the Divas That Care, because she is an amazing, caring woman, and she's doing the things that we love. So, Carolyn, this is amazing. You know, you've got this stuff that you've been doing. I want to talk about this brand new magazine concept that you have going on. It's something that my business partners and we've talked about, because when you had sent it to me, I thought, this is so beautiful. That's the first thing we had said when we looked at it. I'm like, what a beautiful layout that you had, and the idea behind it is fantastic. So I want to talk a little bit about that and what you're looking for people that would be interested in coming into the magazine with you.
Sure. Well, it's going to be called Alovedlife, and the theme of the magazine is consciously create a life you love. And so, of course, this goes back to the whole theme with Absolute Love Publishing. Everything I have to do, everything I do comes back to love, and that's because I think everything does come back to love. So I try to really keep my focus on that and my center on that. But I wanted to create a publication that would help people in their everyday lives bring more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment into them. And so that's really the goal with the magazine. And I wanted to, we've had a lot of success with our books, but this is the first time we're doing a book magazine kind of hybrid. And the reasoning behind that is I wanted something out permanently. And so it will be out permanently, whereas, with a magazine, it's out 3 months, and then the next issue is there, and then that old one goes away. Well, there's so much good content that I wanted to create something that was more permanent and that readers could identify with. And once they had volume 1, they want volumes 2 and 3, and if they find us on 4, they want to go back and buy the previous ones. So my goal with this is to have a steady stream of information for people that they can read and grow with and learn ways that they can bring better things into their lives on a daily basis. So we'll be featuring people who are good examples of creating the life they love. We'll be giving tips on how they can do that on a daily basis. We will feature tons of fantastic people. It's so exciting, the whole magazine. And thank you for commenting on the layout. We're mainly targeting women. Women are always the buyers of these kinds of magazines. Even men sometimes will peek through them, but they don't tend to buy them. So we wanted to create something that feels very peaceful and relaxing, but yet uplifting. And so, because, a lot of, like, if you go to a newsstand or, you're at the checkout at the grocery store, the magazines are just screaming at you practically. And we wanted to create something that has a more relaxed feel. Like, you can get this magazine, you can sit down with your cup of tea in your chair and just relax for 10 minutes and read an article. And so that's nice. What I hope we're doing on a lot of levels. Yeah, it's like bringing in that few minutes of quiet time, but you're also creating something positive in your life experience. And then hopefully it will all grow from there. That's really and truly my heart's goal with this. It's just so much fun because now, as we're promoting this and getting the pre-orders out, it's like I get to meet even more amazing people. So it's really, really cool, and I think the readers will really find the information beneficial.
So, Caroline, I have a question for you. How can a person purchase these? Are these going to be like chapters? Are they going to be online? Do they have to get a subscription? How can people get a copy of these magazines?
Right now we have just the pre-orders because it comes out this fall, but the pre-orders are available through our site, which is absolutelovepublishing.com. And then once it goes live, it will be virtually everywhere online. So Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iBooks, Kobo, all those kinds of places. And then bookstores will just depend on who picks it up at that time. We're still working on that part. But certainly it's 100% available online in print, and it will come out in digital. I think print will be the better experience for some people, but then some people really like, being able to read on their phone. So it will just depend, but both will be available. And the pre-orders are out now. And we probably will set up a subscription service, but since this is our first issue, we are dipping our toes in the water, and then we're hoping to commit to a regular schedule from that point.
That's fantastic, Ari. So I'm just going to, because a lot of people are probably going to be asking this, is this something that you're thinking of going out on a quarterly basis?
That's the goal. A quarterly is my goal, is what I would like to do. If we need to slow down just to make sure we're hitting the quality information that we need, we will. But my goal with this is to hit it as a quarterly publication, because I think that's about the perfect mix for the reader to, you can't just sit down and read a magazine all in one day necessarily. So we want to give the reader just enough time to kind of read, absorb, appreciate, and then here comes the new one. So because, a lot of the things we'll be talking about are things we're hoping people put into practice. So you can read a fabulous magazine, but you do need that little bit of window of time to actually start trying some of these things. I mean, I know from my experience. So we're hoping, but we are shooting for a quarterly. That would be definitely my goal, and I would love if that is the way it works out.
Oh, I think that's fantastic. I like that idea. So question for this. Now, I have another one, because we have a lot of our divas that are authors. Is there a specific type of author that you would love to maybe contact you so that they could put stories in your magazine also?
Yes. We are definitely, so to be clear, we are definitely open to people who have published in other ways. It's not like you have to be an Absolute Love Publishing author by any means. So this is open to everyone. We are more interested in whether your book has a positive message. And it doesn't have to be nonfiction. It could be fiction, either one. But we want something that has some sort of a positive message or some sort of an uplifting story or a positive story. But if you are an author and you have something like that, we're very open to advertising your book. We have lots of different opportunities for that. We have editorial opportunities and advertising opportunities. So you're more than welcome to reach out to us. Just go to our website, absolutelovepublishing.com, and you can contact us there. But we are definitely open to sharing other people's good messages too. We are just one little piece in this big, big world, and there is so much fantastic information out there, and we would love to share that too.
Thank you so much, because I think that's what our listeners want to hear, because isn't it all about linking arms? There's so many amazing women that are doing so many great things, and when women like you are doing that, you are really stepping up to that leadership role and really helping the rest of us get our word and our message out there. So, I want to take a moment just to thank you for that, because I think that you are doing an exceptional job.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, and I would say I'm on the other side of that too. I feel like I am greatly supported by women in my life, and I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been able to have help from other women. I think that's when we truly can step into our most powerful selves, is when we help each other. And so I think last time we talked about Women Will Save the World, one of the books I wrote, but the women I met from that magazine from that book, still today, I talk to them often, and we're always trying to help each other. We all have our different paths and goals and wishes and hopes and dreams, but we all can reach out to each other and support each other. And I think that's so important. First being able to ask for help sometimes, and second being able to offer it. And, I think we all need to be balanced on both sides of that. But it's a beautiful thing what we can create together when we really just decide to be supportive and uplift each other.
Oh, that's great. And another thing, we talked about that before, is that you are a publisher of many other books. And you just quickly talked about it in the beginning there. But let's talk about the books and the people that are writing books and you're publishing. I want to talk a little bit about that so that our listeners can hear about them and check them out and purchase them.
Sure. We're having a lot of fun. Boy, it is so much fun. Our most recent book, it has been extremely well received. It's called Mom Life, Perfection Pending. And it's a mom blogger named Meredith Ethington has a blog called Perfection Pending, and it's all about her experience parenting and how, she's the type who wants to be perfect, but yet nothing ever is perfect in parenting. And so it's a really good book. It's both funny and kind of makes you tear up in parts. So that's our most recent release that we have been working on, and that has been a lot of fun. One of our other authors is Michelle Hasty, and she's put out 3 books for us now on weight loss. That is her topic, but she approaches it completely different than what you might see in the mainstream news. She talks about making yourself happy from within, and when you start focusing on fulfilling those inner needs and that inner joy, that the weight just starts to naturally fall off. And she has some great messages, and she has The Weight Loss Shift. That was her first book. She also came out with The Chakra Secret, What Your Body is Telling You. So that one is just a digital book, but it's designed to show you where you might have imbalances in your body and how those could be contributing to weight in certain areas. So it's really, really interesting. And then her latest one is Have Your Cake and Be Happy Too. So her books are very positive. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's like, again, going to what you usually would see at the newsstand. It's just like cut calories, exercise more, and that is totally not her philosophy at all. So it's refreshing in that sense. We also have for women one of the books. If anyone is aware of any shelters or women who might be in dangerous situations, we have a domestic abuse book called Preparing to Fly. That prepares women to leave a situation, and that one's by Sarah Hackley. And then we have, as I mentioned, Women Will Save the World, which was a compilation of a lot of different women sharing they're stories of different kinds of qualities that we women naturally have. So, for example, collaboration, there's strengths, there's trailblazing. So we're focusing on these natural qualities that we bring, and then, how can we enhance those qualities, and how do those contribute to a better world? So that was a really fun one. And then another compilation book we have is called Love Like God. And that one is all about the unconditional love. And every story in there is about some person with some situation where they learned to release a condition on love. And the idea being that we're bringing ourselves back to just pure love, which is really tricky and, something we work on our whole lives. But when you see the diversity in the stories there, it's really interesting, and there's something for everyone to identify with. And then we have we've been growing our young adult line recently, and that's been really fun for a different change of pace. We have, for example, the Soul Sight Mysteries, and it's about a girl who has psychic abilities, and so that's a really fun one. And then we have the Adama Chronicles too, which is more of an adventure story. 4 boys in New Mexico discovering, this otherworldly side. It's really fun. And let's see, we have more. I have books out too. So there's
love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of the metaphysical kind of stuff. I'm interested in that, and so I tend to work things out, and then put them down onto paper. So there's just a lot of fun stuff. Everything's really positive. Everything has a positive message, and it's just there's something almost for everyone. And if there's not today, there will be tomorrow. We have 5 more books coming out in the next couple of months, so it's going to be a busy 2018 for us.
Oh, and we love that. That's what it's all about. And I'm going to be, for any of our listeners, I will be posting this on our social media so that you'll have a link to Caroline's stuff, because I really think that some of these books are going to be, you're going to really love them. There's such a diversity. I think there's a book here for every woman that is listening today, and we definitely want to support that. Our show is all about supporting one another and supporting these amazing authors that are putting these books out. Caroline, this is wonderful. What you're doing is fantastic, and I like the diversity, and I like that it's all about positivity and really helping one another. So let's talk about something else. Okay, so is there any other things that you're doing? Because you've got a lot of stuff going on with Absolute Love Publishing, but is there other things besides this that you're working on too?
Well, when I have time to breathe, you mean? I have to say it's been pretty consuming. I have to say this has been a lot of my focus on the last few months, especially as we're ramping up the publication. We have been growing pretty slowly on purpose for a while, because I was really intent on keeping my message clean, and that's hard to do. Like when you're founding a company and you need to grow and you need to take care of the business side of it, but I wanted my mission to be first, and so that has been painfully slow at times. But I was really determined to do that.
But it's so worth it.
And so it's totally worth it. It's totally. I mean, I know I can look back on everything, and I know that I made the right decisions. But it was slow, and so this year is the year we've really kicked into high gear, and it definitely has been a juggling act for all of us. We are having to adapt, to handling lots of authors and lots of books at one time, and it's been fun, but boy is that an adjustment. But I think actually we're starting to take it in stride now. Now it's the new normal, so that has taken up quite a bit of our time, especially now that we're doing Alovedlife, and I'm reaching out to so many of the different people we've had contacts with in the past, and that has been really rewarding, because you make all these great connections, but there are some you drift away from, and reconnecting with people has really reminded me what a wonderful world we live in and how many great people I know. You have those moments that are certainly very, very challenging, and but then you're like, wow, but there's a lot of meaning here. And that's something that's always very important to me, is whatever I do needs to have meaning. And I've learned that about myself. I'm not very good with doing things to do things, or having things to have things. It all has to have some kind of a meaning, for better or worse. And so I really just throw my heart into all of this. So yeah, it's been wonderful, and we are trying to keep our heads up and do some other fun things and keep up with, the work that we do in other ways. But this definitely has been a different year with a whole nother level of excitement.
Well, I think you have your plate full, and it's amazing what you're doing, and you're doing such a great thing. I love it. I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see your first edition. I know that we will be promoting it with the Divas That Care Network. I just think it's such a great thing, and I know that there will be probably. Or I should ask you: is there any? Do you have a deadline for submissions? If somebody wants to contact you, can they still be in your first edition?
Yes. If they contact us soon, they can still be in our first edition. We are actively putting it together as we speak. It's literally being built. So there are still spaces for things. But I would do it now if you want to be in the first edition. And I will say there's a lot of benefit to being in this first one, because truly I do expect that people who find it on issue 3 are going to go back and buy books 1 and 2. This isn't like a magazine, like I said, where once it's out, it's done, and then, people throw it away. This is something we're treating. It will look like a magazine, but we're treating it as a book. So we're hoping people will collect them and treat them as, a collection together. So the people who are able to get into this first book will have the most exposure of anyone else. And we really do believe that. We really think that's the way it's going to work out. So yes, if you are interested, contact us now, right away, pretty soon, because we're literally putting it together. But then if for whatever reason the timing just is not right for you, we will be continuing it later also.
Perfect. And I will be posting that on our website and our Facebook page today. Oh my goodness, Caroline, I love this. I should ask you, is there any last minute things you want to share, any tips, tools, anything for our divas today?
Well, I do want to give you a shout out as well. I think it's really awesome, all that you have been putting together. And I've kept an eye on you when we first found you for that first interview. When I first discovered what you were doing on your platform, I'm completely 100% supportive of that. I think it's so important for all of us to really step up and lend a hand and be the good person next to someone who needs help. And, tomorrow it may be us that needs a different kind of help. So I think it's all really important, and I'm glad to even have the opportunity to be on your show, because I feel really grateful that there are women like you in the world. And it's really amazing what we can accomplish when we decide to work collectively for greater good.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. That is an honor. And I thank you so much for being my guest today. It's always a pleasure to have you on. As I said, I was so excited when I heard what you were doing, and I really wanted you to be back on the show. It is a pleasure. You offer our listeners so much. And I hope, again, once you have launched your magazine and any more books, we want you to come back on and share that with us.
Oh, absolutely. Guaranteed.
That's wonderful. And thank you to all of our listeners today. We appreciate each and every one of you. It's because of you that we continue to do this program. We love you. We thank you. All of our shows are recorded, so we hope that you check out our divas and our new hosts. We did add a whole bunch of new hosts as of January, so we now have 9 hosts on the Divas That Care Network. So make sure you check them out. You can visit us at divasthatcare.com. I will be posting, as I said, this show on our social media avenues today, so make sure that you check it out and you pass it on to your friends and family. Again, thank you so much to our amazing guest today, and we hope that each and every one of you has an amazing day and that you pay it forward. So until next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
There's passion. There's performance. Then there's F-Sport. The F-Sport event is happening now at Lexus, where you'll earn extraordinary offers on an arsenal of performance-inspired features and packages, all designed to elevate your driving experience. Feel the power of F-Sport.
Lease a 2018 Lexus RX 350 F-Sport for as low as 1.9% APR with F-Sport credits of up to $2,000. Visit your local Lexus dealer for details.